What is up, everybody? Welcome to website launch day. How excited are we?
So
Oh.
excited.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Long
Anyway, I'm very excited, and we wanted to run everyone through kind of the process that got us here. And it really all started with Elon renaming Twitter to X because he bought that domain in the 90s and just really felt like he had to do something with it, which I'm realizing is not like entirely different from our brand story. So Elon came out with the X. It looked just like our icon. And we decided we needed to do a new icon. And one step at a time, it turned into a whole new site. Do you guys remember the process of all the icons we looked at?
Yeah,
Yeah, but
overall.
the first thing was when we realized we had to redo the icon, we thought it was going to be a small thing. And then we realized all the places we had the icon. So it wasn't just like our favicon or favicon or however you say it. It was on all of our social media pages. It was on the only interactive piece of our website and I'll let Rada speak more to that
Well, it
because
became a big thing because the icon is I think way bigger than we thought it like yeah, because it's like a staple of your brand. You put it all over social media, all over everything, instead of your full name spelled out. So it should be very representative of your team, of your culture, of like everything. So when we started looking at icons, I think that came up and no one could really settle on one thing. That was very I think X was easy because it was already a part of our logo, like our full logo name, and it was like at the end, so it was easy to incorporate, but yeah, coming up with like a new icon picture that like represented everything about us was hard.
Well,
Yeah.
and we loved it.
Yeah.
And his looked exactly like ours. Like it was unbelievable how
getting like
similar it was.
you're forgetting even the process that we went through with like first it was shock, then it was like do we have to change it? Is this going to be sticking around? Is this going to stay X? Like are people really going to stop calling it Twitter? And then once we realized that we did have to change it, then it was kind of a much larger project than we intended it to be originally.
Well, and do you remember everyone being like, you should sue him? I'm like, I don't think I have enough money to sue Elon
Yeah,
and take this all the way.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
All right, so should we jump into the new? So everyone, we're going to take you through the brand guidelines quickly, and then we're going to take you through the site quickly. The new site is up, so you can see it and spend your time with it. But we're going to run through some of the comparisons again. We did make a lot of strategic choices, and we're going to talk you through them. But first, the new brand guidelines.
Yeah, I guess we knew for sure that the NickelBronx logo where our full name is spelled out was going to stay the same. That one we've used everywhere, like everybody knows it well, like our current clients, and even prospective clients at the time that we were doing this. It's very
Well,
comfortable, like stuff.
I should add, this has a little bit become a case study in how much a brand can change without changing your logo.
Definitely. Yeah, so everything around it. So from the icon, then it became that we were just going to change the colors, I think, right? Like we were just going
Yeah.
to change that orange color that we had. We had black, white, and orange. So
and
then
we
yeah, we recreated that whole part with the name, the stacked logo, the like abbreviated logo, that thing. And then came in the colors, and from one trademark color, we changed it to like three primary colors, just to kind of tie everything together. We put together gradients. Um, Okay, I going too fast.
Too
But
fast? Sorry.
Sure.
I can
We
slow
should-
down.
I was just thinking about the colors because the whole color process was just like a long ordeal to go through. Because we were originally going with one color, two colors, and then when we created the actual proposals and showed it to the team, we ended up landing on like yeah,
Well, and we started with a primary, secondary, and then we went into this whole kind of all together.
yeah,
I
and
don't
the
know what
big
the right word is, strategy, right? And you guys know I took this all the way. I'm buying apparel in these colors now.
yeah, and then this
um,
into that whole like we really like this idea of like CMYK. So we wanted to incorporate that, but since we're like more digital on the more digital side, we had to kind of tie it in and make sure it still looked well like with our brand and what we actually do. So yeah, the gradients kind of came in after that. And then yeah, typography was just updating. Nothing was I think nothing was necessarily wrong. I did have a small issue with our body font that we were using. So we just wanted to make it a little bit bolder, a little bit cleaner.
yeah, and we also went to fonts that were more accessible on every platform. They were Adobe fonts that we could use them
Yeah.
everywhere, use them in Google Slides. Yeah.
Google Fonts
Yeah,
made it
this
a
is what
lot more easy too. Yeah.
it's about.
I
Yeah.
think, yeah. Um, yeah, this was all carried over, just new colors, but it did really, really change the look and feel. Um,
Yeah. I love the way it pops with the
yeah.
new colors in it.
And then we really started to get into this whole like graffiti kind of like street style vibe with a
Yeah.
lot of our brand assets. And that really took like, I mean, we went everywhere with that. Just kind of experimenting different ways to like use it and incorporate it in our branding that we already currently have, and then making it into a whole new like fresh look. So yeah, we did a lot of these, and all of this, yeah, all of this is part of our brand. But there were so many iterations of things. We wanted to do like collage items with like pictures
Well,
and
if you go
text and things
back,
like that.
yeah, if you go back, some of those icons were no, the other,
These.
that's these. We stopped on these for a while, and we're considering a bunch of these as our new icon before we decided just to use our logo and not to focus on an icon.
Oh yeah.
The face,
Drunk face, especially the fire, the crown, all three of them. Yeah. Those are all potential.
Super close. That exact crown, I was like,
yeah, the crown
"It's
almost
cool."
made it.
I still love that.
Me
We're really gonna have to make sure we stick with something before I get it tattooed on me though. Um, um, I love this whole line of imagery, and especially, we'll show everyone in a second, but when you get to the blog, you can see the way it really worked together. This
Yep.
is an element that we again always had. It has our core values in it, but we updated it we let everyone on the team contribute to our kind of core values wall. And so some of these things are essential to our brand, but some of them also just mean something to individual people, right? So like the Hamza is near and dear to me. I have stuff stuck in here for my kids. Um, um, I do think cancer's mine. I forget, but we popped in a lot of stuff that everyone resonates with and deals with, and this is one of my favorite things actually that we do. I put that in here for my mom.
Color now.
Yeah.
Yeah. On top of black, this color really, really pops. This whole color palette. And yeah, just a few more variations of our logos and patterns.
Yeah. All right. Now let's go to the moneymaker. All right. So old site, obviously very X heavy. We also, because of the way we developed it with the video changing every time you came, it was slower than we wanted. So we rebuilt this on Atlas, which is a front end rendering platform. So it's super fast to really help boost us with SEO. We still wanted the video pretty high up, but we wanted to lead with our work. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, we pushed that video down a little bit, even if, I mean, yeah, we're using Atlas now, so there really isn't much load time, but just in case there's a little load time, you're still getting through that text at the top, and then you're making your way to the video to give it time to load if needed. So that was a big
we
change.
made the call to action more prominent. Like we're focused on conversion.
Yeah, I think the old one might needed to come with a seizure warning or something like that. Some of those videos
we did that was actually, I got a variety of complaints, not about seizures specifically, but just about how well, yeah, it just, some people found it annoying in different ways. I still love the way this looks, but this is obviously much cleaner, easier, takes up a lot less real estate the new way.
Yeah.
I think this services thing is one thing we really loved, but again, it was so X-centric. We had to get rid of it. Now it's scroll activated.
And you'll notice
I
that.
think we would. Right.
Oh, I was going to just say that some of the messaging we still carried over. We did change a lot of the messaging in the content and add a lot of information to try to eliminate as much uncertainty as possible. For example, like we put our work front and center in this with the big video at the beginning instead of the other big video that's just like flashy. This one's a video of all of our work. And then we wanted to be, and then I'll get into those. Rada, what did you want to say?
No, I was going to talk about the video and the parallax. Like the video was definitely a big change, and like, yeah, we have so many good projects we worked on literally just even within that year. like 2023 that we wanted to incorporate and just show like variations right at the top as soon as you enter to kind of guide you down to the rest of the page. And then the parallax thing I was just saying, like I think one of the only reasons we all loved the parallax, the only big reason we didn't want to like let's say redo it with I don't know, a new icon or something different was just because of how like time consuming it was to create it and like really trying to figure out like each of those icons we thought of for that parallax. Like we took so long to figure out even which ones we wanted to show for each service. Yeah, stuff like that. But I don't know. It's something we could probably incorporate still in the future because I still love that.
And then we'd be winning so many awards. We can't keep listing them, so we had to bury them a little bit. And I love the gradient everywhere. That I'll admit, I was one of the last to come around on that. But I love that now. I'm glad we got rid of the hamburger for navigating. I do love the way we work the brand.
At the top, I do. So
that's what I'm saying. I prefer it this way. Yeah, I prefer it this. And then this has the same scroll feature. I like the new About Us backgrounds so much more.
Yeah. This goes to what Worthy was talking about, the each part of that pattern being a little bit of us. So we put together like the parts of that pattern for each of those background images that kind of go with each person.
And we added bios. We didn't actually have bios on the old site. So it's more of a real introduction to our team members, which I think is helpful. I want people that come to our site to learn as much as possible so that they know that they want to work with us by the time they get to us.
Definitely.
Man, I feel like everybody knows this already. And then the services page, it's so funny. I loved this old brand so much, but it's so like, now I just see Halloween when I look at it, the black and orange. And I've really come to love the brightness and the way this all stands out.
Yeah, like I enjoy the challenge of working with one like color, I guess, but it's really, really fun when there's a lot of colors to work with. It's just like opens up so many more doors when it comes to design.
Yeah, I think the blog looks great.
Yeah, the blog is amazing. The new,
Yeah, this really is a good showcase of like our brand kind of all together.
Like just the colors make stories look more interesting.
Well, and most amazingly for me is it genuinely feels way more us, right? Like this felt so us when we had it. And now that it's over, I'm like, no. I'm like, this is who we are.
Yeah, definitely.
Anything else you guys feel like we need to highlight?
Yeah, one more thing, just that, the old site didn't include anything about our pricing, and we made a conscious decision to include that information in the new site. In this version 1, we do have a whole phase 2 of things that we want to, include on the site eventually, but we have included a PDF pricing sheet on the services page, and that's new.
Yeah, and I'm a big believer that like launching a website's like raising a kid. You're not done just because it's out. And we will play with this, probably forever. As we optimize.
Yeah, I was just going to say, are you really a branding company if you're not constantly redesigning your site? It's like...
Yeah, as soon as we got the last one, I was like, are you designing this one?
Right.
I'm not even wearing the same outfit. I'm not even wearing the same outfit I was wearing when I woke up.
All right.
All right. Well, everyone, that's our site. Anything else we got to cover?
I think that's good. Until phase
until phase 2, like 2 weeks from now, you'll get another email with all the changes we've made. But otherwise, let us know what you think. We're curious about feedback, and thanks so much.